Hello, welcome to Anime Mystics. I'm Roman, and tonight I am watching Listeners Episode 2. So, last episode we met our two main characters. Don't expect me to know their names. Not yet, anyway. It's going to take me a while before I actually remember them. Um, so, our first main character works in like a junkyard, basically. Pretty much the whole city looks like it's just junk that they go around and they pick out, I guess, good parts or something, and then turn them in for money. Um, there are some people that work in like buildings, and like I think his sister runs a bar. Um, but he wants to. Well, he says he wants to just stay in the city, do this, and make his money and just live a normal life or whatever. But it's not true. um, and he ends up finding our other main character as she's just lying in the garbage. She is what's known as a player. I believe it was a player. And they end up they fight these I guess they're alien creatures. They didn't actually explain what they were really. Just that these things called um oh god, what were they called? I can't remember. Like earless or something like that. Um they came to the I guess surface or whatever. Like again, I don't think they have actually explained where they were from. But they showed up one day and just started destroying cities, and they used these things called players and equipment to fight them. The players connect themselves with like an aux cord to the equipment, and it becomes like a giant mech that they use to fight these things. And they're still doing it now, but in this city, they're not really welcome there. The mayor, excuse me, sees them as like bad omen. He doesn't like them there because they're just going to bring misfortune to the town. Um, but this kid is super excited that he's found one, and she doesn't remember anything about her previous life. Um, she didn't even know she was a player, and he's explaining this stuff to her, and he shows her the equipment that he built, which is a an amp. And she tells him, "Why don't we go out, leave the city, and just go fight these things? We can go and kill these things and save the world or whatever." And he's like, "Oh no, that's impossible for me. I just plan on staying here and doing my thing, and whatever." And she gets kind of angry about that because he's talking super passionately about the equipment and the players and this and that. And then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh no, I can't leave the city. I'm just going to stay here and work in the junkyard." So she leaves. She's going to the train station to leave town. And these earless, I'm just saying that for now until I watch this episode and see if I'm not using the right name or not. Um, and she's waiting for the train. Morning comes, and a bunch of these earless show up to attack the city. Which the mayor, obviously, thinks that it was her fault because she's there, that she brought them to the city. Which, for all I know, could be true. Maybe they're drawn to these things. They don't actually explain that. Um, I'm assuming we'll get into it later. And the guy, he ends up grabbing his equipment and runs to go find her. And they end up using it to defeat these things, saving the city, but also knocking down the symbol that they had, which was a musical note. I think it was a note. I can't read music or anything, so I don't know if it's an actual note or something. I know I've seen it on sheet music before, but I don't know what it is exactly. Um, so it ends up collapsing, and they run out of town to go and fight more of these Irilists, I believe is what they're called. And as they're leaving, we see some more players and equipment saying, "Oh, we found her," or something, or "found you," or like they were looking for her. Um, didn't sound good. Like I don't know if they were looking for her so they could fight her, or get her to help them, or something. I don't know. She doesn't remember who she is, so she's not going to remember these people. But let's get into it and see what is going on. Maybe we'll get more answers. So the video is going to be located over here, and the link to the reaction is going to be in the description down below. And we're going to start this episode in 3, 2, 1.